What's up, y'all? We live. We are live. We should be live everywhere. I'm checking everything real quick. See if it's activated. Okay. Looks like we are. I'll take Instagram.
Don't chase. Yeah, Chicago. You know how.
My bad, y'all. I don't think it's doing it on here. I think I should be live on. Man, I'm live on something right now. I know I'm checking to see where I'm live at before this starts, y'all, because this is my third one. I don't know if you're watching this or not, but it's my third one doing this, man. I'm learning as I go. But it's saying right now I'm live on YouTube. It look like I'm checking the other stuff now. Okay, cool. We live on Facebook. I'm gonna check the other one. We should be live on everything really. At this point, I wouldn't be shocked if we are live. Okay, all right, y'all. We live everywhere. Only one I think we not live on is Instagram. I don't know why it's acting like this, but that's where we at. How y'all doing today, man? How y'all doing? Get in the chat. We're gonna let some people come in here. I don't know if you all on yet right now. Letting everybody get on. I'm still trying to set up some stuff, trying to get this Instagram part going. Okay, all right, cool. So this going there. I think what should it be? If it's not, I think it is. It look like it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. Okay, all right. So right now, as you already know, I feel like it's a lot going on right now in the world. Too much going on at once. All right. So with that being said, I've been seeing a lot of stuff going on lately, and I see a lot of posts, see a lot of things that people are like worried about, stressing out about all this stuff. If it's the economy, the election, Project 2025, whatever it is, man, it's just a lot going on. And I feel like everybody deserves a reset right now. Because right now, if you don't start some type of reset regimen for yourself, you're going to panic and you're going to be in a place where you don't like, you believe that if you're not in control of it, that means that it's not going to work out or whatever. Like you have to let everything else go run its course. Okay. So just know that that's the first thing. The second thing is, man, these principles that I'm about to go over right now are very important for you because if you practice these things, even if you practice probably 5 of the 10 I'm talking about, you still be good. But I really would like for you to practice all 10 of these because if you do, you will start not to like worry about stuff that you're not in control of. And you also, your mindset of things will change, man, because that's the biggest thing right now. Because we have a lot of negativity going on in the world and things happening. So it's a lot of stuff that we can't control. And you have to understand that, man, because if you think that you control all this stuff, you delusional. Like seriously, I ain't even trying to be funny about it. You just really delusional and don't even understand that you have only a limited piece in this thing. Like you only can do so much. And when you feel like you can do everything in the world and try to do everything in the world, that's what leads to mental breakdowns, overload, and all that other stuff. Like that's how people get like that, man. So just be careful. And these things, the principles that I'm about to talk about, are things that you should think about when you are going through these negative mindset stages. Like if you say, hey, I think that this storm is coming or whatever, like all of these negative things that may not have happened or apparent happen, right? They don't happen because you're just thinking in your mind that it is when it's really not. Like only time it's apparent when it actually happening. Like stop living in the unknown, man. Living in now. Like this is something my therapist talked about. Like this, don't think about what you aren't in control of. Just think about stuff you are in control of. You don't think a year ahead or 5 years ahead, nothing like that, because you may overload yourself. Like you never should prepare for that, right? But just don't overstress yourself. So today I'm going into positive mindset. I'm going to talk about 10 different things. We're going to go over, the first thing we'll go over is understanding your thoughts, right? Understanding what's going on with your mind, right? Because this is really your biggest asset and your biggest villain. This is right here. Your biggest asset, your biggest villain is right here. Okay, it's not nothing else is right here, because this has so many different capabilities. It's ridiculous. So just understand this is where your power comes from up here. Okay. Second thing we're going to talk about is gratitude practice. We're going to talk about affirmations. We're going to talk about surrounding yourself with positivity. We're going to talk about healthy lifestyle choices, and we're going to go over goal setting, self-care, and then learning and grow. And the last one would be practice compassion. Okay, so I'm not gonna hold you long here. I just want this to be out there because it's been on my mind heavily, because I feel like people don't have people in their corner like that to say the stuff that I'm about to say, or elaborate enough to even get to the point to talk about these things. So just know that this is my version of positive mindset Q&A. So right now, we're just gonna get into it off top. And if you have any questions or anything, make sure you put it in the chat, man. Put whatever comments you think that'd be helpful or whatever like that, or you have any questions for me, to put them in there. But I'm gonna start going with what I already told y'all. Okay, so right now, understanding your thoughts. Okay, now you recognize you had a negative thought that happened, right? And you don't know what's next. Okay, let's just be simple about it. Okay, think about something negative. All right, this is crazy. The positive person think about something negative. Okay, all right, negative thought. Okay, oh my gosh, I'm about to lose my car. Right, I'm about to lose my car. Right, or no, sorry, it's more realistic. I'm about to get into a wreck. Let's put it like that. I'm about to get into a wreck. Let's say this is a negative thought. Let's say you're driving on 40. You see the A. I'm about to get into a wreck, and the wreck has not happened, right? It has not happened. You're just predicting it is because of the way this other person is driving. You're predicting it happening, but it's not, right? That's a negative thought. How do you counteract it, right? The question that you may ask. You have to think positively after this. That's the second piece. Think positively, okay? So when they're driving, don't be like, oh man, I'm about to do a wreck. No, I'm not gonna get into a wreck. I'm just gonna control my car, and I'm gonna go from there. Okay, I'm gonna control my car, and I'm make sure that I'm doing what I have to do to make sure I don't get into a wreck, right? And I'm not gonna get into a wreck, right? I'm pretty sure when you're driving, that wreck may not happen. Now, because you control what you can control in that situation, and maybe that car did swerve or whatever, but you used your brake, you got over whatever, get out of the situation, maneuver, and now you're still driving. Okay. That's one example, but you can have a lot of different levels of negative thoughts, a lot more that can be higher than that, to where you get to the point you don't know how to really counteract it. So the way to counteract negative thoughts is with positive thoughts. So it's a duality to it. It's a duality to it, because negative thoughts are going to rise. They're going to arise. It's hard to. I can't say right now, oh, you're not gonna never have any negative thoughts ever. That's not true. You will have negative thoughts. You got to have. You have to learn to combat them. One of my favorite series ever is Harry Potter, right? And Harry Potter, his villain is Voldemort. I know if y'all may not have seen it. I'm not trying to spoil it for you too much, but it's the scene in the movie where Lord Voldemort is like attacking him in his dreams, like heavily. Like this man, parents died and stuff. He got dreams of him with his parents, and like he in there ruining stuff, and like he creating all these different delusions and illusions of the situation, where it's like, what is going on? So he had to have one of his teachers, professors, teach him how to combat him, because Voldemort was playing with his mind. He wasn't doing anything physically yet. He just was attacking his mind, because they were tethered together, basically. So he knew ways how to get him mentally. So he had to figure out a way to combat it, and he learned how to do that. He combated his experiences in life and the people he had around him and the stuff that comes in life to like negate the Voldemort. Voldemort didn't know what to do, because he was just throwing them back to back to back at him, because there was a point to where Harry Potter was like, hey, I got people that love me. Nobody loves you. I got people that are willing to fight for me and all of this stuff. And I got this. And then he started basically being very, very gracious for what was going on. And it was so hard and tough for Voldemort to do anything that he instantly like got out of his mind. Like he had to escape his mind because he couldn't even combat all of that positivity. And that's why I go into gratitude practice, because gratitude is how you combat all of this stuff as far as negative thoughts and to enforce your positive mindset. We live in a world now, you consistently see it all the time. You seeing stuff going on, people doing this and that, and you reading this and reading that, and you see a lot of negative stuff. See more negative news than positive news nowadays. So when you doing it, you have to make sure that, okay, what am I appreciative of? And that's what leads to gratitude practice. So gratitude practice, man, you think about the stuff you're grateful for. I've made a video about this before. Just start thinking about things you're grateful for, like being thankful to be active or physically fit, or being thankful that you can, eat whatever you want to eat. Like you don't have no dietary restrictions. Like you blessed to, like just think about all the things you blessed for, the things that you're grateful for. It's a list of stuff. I used to do this practice where I used to write down like 25 things I'm grateful for, and it'd be the most minute thing. Like I'm glad I have clothes or whatever it may be. When you go all the way down and write down lists like that and practice the type of gratitude, you're going to be able to negate any type of negativity coming your way, because at that point, your strength and your being grateful is going to be fortified. You're going to just continuously do it. You're going to continuously be in a mode where like, okay, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. Like all of my good is outweighing my bad right now. And my bad is minute. And I can't let this minute piece overcome all of this good in my life. I can't let that happen. Now I refuse to let that happen. So if you can, get your journal. If you're in a situation where you feel like you can't really think about what you're grateful for at that moment, get you a little journal. Or you can start in your iPhone notes, whatever it may be. Just type out, hey, I'm grateful for this, grateful for that, or write down, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. And then when you do this for a period of time, let's say that you have a flood of things negative happening to you, you can always grab that book and look over and like, man, back in 2024, man, I was just grateful just to have a job. I was just grateful just to be in a situation to help others. Like I'm grateful for these things. Like that's what that journal would do for you. So gratitude practice is definitely the second thing that will definitely counteract any negative thoughts that you would have. And you have to make sure you have a true list that you really believe that you're grateful for and everything. Because if you don't, man, your gratitude is not going to be accurate. Go as accurate as possible. You got to dig deep. You got to do what you got to do, because if you don't, it's not going to be the outcome you want to see it. When you think about grateful, you want to think about things that you're grateful for, that just makes you happy and excited. Like, I'm glad I got this. I'm glad I got that. I'm glad that I'm in this situation, or whatever it may be. That's just straight affirming it, which goes into positive affirmations, man. So positive affirmation, I've seen a lot of people do different things. Some people like wake up in the morning and they will basically like wake up in the morning and like say what they, are grateful for, or what motivates them. Like, man, I woke up early this morning. Let me go to the gym. Or I woke up early this morning. I did this and I did that. Those things can get your energy flowing for positive thinking. These things, affirmation really doesn't do nothing but just give you the gas, right? Affirmation give you the gas to fuel yourself for your positive mindset. Gratefulness is stuff that already has happened, that just at the end state, and you just can affirm also, I already know I got this. And the affirmation just was freely in your mind, like, okay, nothing is gonna happen. I'm not gonna get into a wreck today. I'm not gonna have nothing bad happen today. Whatever bad comes my way, I'm gonna counteract it with me being grateful. Like these things are what you repeat to yourself to really remind you who you are. Because sometimes you can forget who you are. And I mean it in a very, very humbling way. Like you can have stuff that you've done in your life that you forget about. Like you forget about. I've been guilty of that. I have stuff in my life that I forgot about, and people have to remind me. I'm like, oh man, I forgot I did that. Like, do you remember doing this and doing that? Like, man, I don't remember like helping you. I don't remember that. I really don't. I forgot. Like it's God, I just hey, it's done, and whatever it was, cool bit. On to the next thing. And those affirmations from others help a lot too. When you have a circle of friends and people that appreciate you for who you are, where you don't have to be so different from everyone else. Uh, yeah, it is. Yeah, right now, you're right. You're right, Jasmine. You're definitely right. Like, it's a good way to start your day by being grateful and stuff. And daily devotionals too, man. They definitely help. I definitely believe in that wholeheartedly. Uh, and then after you do your affirmations, man, that's basically gonna get you to where you want to go. Because when you start your day off like that, like you wake up in the morning, like tomorrow, I wake up in the morning, man, I did my third live, like I'm gonna do another one, like I'm excited, I figured this out. Like I just get excited from there because I believe that I have to execute, even if this don't get 100 views, right? Or even if it doesn't get no views, like it'll get one, right? I'm happy with it. It's one person that listened to this and got something from it. I really do not care about the numbers. I embrace the likes. I embrace the one like. I embrace the 2 likes. I embrace all of this stuff. I'm a person that's like, hey, I'm starting somewhere with this, and I'm going to remember it's to the forward where I was like, man, I did my first live, so hey, it's up. That's where I'm at, and that's my positive affirmation for it. I know one day I'm not going to be just on people going to be on live. It's not going to be just one person or 2 people. It's going to be way more than this, because I know that I bring value to this platform, to content that I do. I bring value, and I'm not talking about like random stuff. I'm not trying to have you all out here like thinking about this goofy stuff, like the goofy stuff, like the sexy red stuff or whatever. Like this all goofy. It's not like reality. Like a lot of people don't like to live in reality, and it's fine. If you want to live in the AI world, this is not the person to talk to. I'm a person that's gonna hold you accountable, get you to where you got to go, and we're gonna go from there. And this is one of the key piece is having a positive mindset. Because if you don't have a positive mindset, you're not gonna be able to really accomplish any goal you set. You just won't be able to, because you're gonna keep doubting yourself. You're gonna say, man, I can't do that. Man, I can't do that. And it may not be true, but you will tell yourself that and you won't do it. So that's definitely that for affirmation. So yeah. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, think about some things that are positive for yourself, that you're happy about, right? And I promise you, your day will definitely go pretty good. Well, really, really better than expected if you're doing it, because it takes a lot to remind it. First time tuning in, good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Alexis. Make sure, welcome, Alexis. First time being on here. Welcome. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share as well. We're talking about positive mindset right now. I'm going over different parts of positive mindset, and basically being in a state for you to get through what's going on in life right now. Because a lot of people really in a stage where they think they control a lot of stuff and everything like that. And the process basically overload, man. Oh, that's a good question. What are your go-to affirmations? Man, my go-to affirmation. All right, I'm being transparent. Okay, so my go-to affirmation for me is like, Princeton, you are a person that brings value to anybody you meet, right? That's my go-to, because I look at my life and what I've done in my life and where I'm going in my life. I can honestly say people I've met, I've added value. Even if I just gave them an idea of something, or I just said something positive at that time, I feel like that added value. I don't take away from people. Like I expound upon, build. That's what I do. And that's my go-to affirmation, because if I wasn't doing it, I won't be able to be in the position I am today, for one. That's the biggest thing. And me, I have different things and experiences in my life that remind me, like, Princeton, you remember when you did this, and you remember when you did that, you remember when you was telling the masses this, and you was doing this. Like, do you remember these things? These reminders for myself just reminding me that this is just a small scale for the big scale that's coming. So, like, I do understand the impact of these affirmations, man, because one of the things I do wholeheartedly believe is that your responsibility now is going to become greater later. So, like, whatever God is giving you right now, it's just a small scale of what He about to give you in the future. Like Denzel talked about that. Like, some lady told him that he was going to be speaking to the masses and millions of people, and he was just doing plays at the time. He was like, millions of people, what are you talking about? So, and he ended up doing it. Same thing with Moses. Moses had a speech impediment. This man ended up leading the people, and he had a speech impediment. You know how negative thinking he was at the time. So it was a lot. And when you think about that, like those are them just small examples that I can provide right now. Like you got more in you and greater. I think pouring back. Yeah, Alex said, I think pouring back into yourself is a part of information. Also, we can't pour if we empty. Ooh, that's deep. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. I don't know if you all know Michael Todd, but he has an example which made him like basically viral. He had the water together, and he had the big bottle, and you pouring it in the little bottle. I don't know if y'all seen it before, but go and look at it. It's a good analogy. I know that he does a lot of like outrageous kind of things with his sermon sometimes, but that was a good example because you can't pour into others if you can't pour into yourself. Like, and this is one of the things that you will be pouring into yourself by actually doing what you say you're gonna do, and also affirming to yourself that you could do more. So like you're right about that, Lexi. You're definitely right. The next one, man, is surround yourself with positivity. Okay, this one is one that is very, very like it's a deep practice because I think a lot of people now are attracted to negativity. So it can get kind of crazy. Okay, what I mean by it is, first thing I'm gonna say, blockity block. Okay, blockity block. That means whatever person in your life that may not be the most positive or constantly negative, man, just block them. And then use D&D. D&D is your best friend. Okay, so D&D and blockity block are your best friend. I'm sorry, I just got to say that now because those are practices I use because it can get crazy sometimes, and you don't want to be hearing none of the negative stuff. And sometimes you just like your peace, and those mechanisms are made because you want to have your peace. So that's what I recommend, man. Blockity block, and after you do blockity block. Yep, silent. You're right. Y'all right. Blockity block, silent. All of those things. Those things definitely help you understand like my peace is my priority. So surround yourself with positivity. Now, I consider this can go from you being supportive, being around people that support you, like support. Now, I'm not talking about the fake support, man. Like we all know when you hot, right? You do something big, everybody is going, oh yeah, blah, blah, we support you. We talk about pull the plug on a big stuff. We're talking about the small scale. Are you supporting me on a smaller scale when I'm not even where I need to be at? Are you supporting me at that level? That's the support you want, because everybody is not going to be there in the end. I just watched a YouTube video the other day where literally people are, thank you, following, thank y'all. I literally was watching the video of the day today. Actually, I was watching the day. The guy was saying how his cousin. Shout out to Kingdom, man. Shout out to Kingdom. I'm shouting you out, bro. Shouting you out because you definitely. I watched your video, bro. Y'all go follow him too. But Kingdom, bro. Shout out, bro. He was talking about how his cousin was a producer and stuff, and he used to help all these people, man, rap and all this other stuff. And then when it came down to the funeral, like nobody really came and stuff and wasn't supporting everything. But when he was alive, a lot of people was around him, and they hit me a lot because I was like, man, like that's so sad. Like it's so sad because when you think about life, you don't never expect, like, especially if you have a life where you feel like you're abundance, you're in abundance mindset, you're doing everything you got to do, and the people around you are like they're there now, but like if you're not here and you have your funeral happen, like they not there. Like that is a whole nother mentality I didn't even think about. And I was like, man, like that's crazy to think about. But honestly, thinking about it now, it's like, golly, like this reality, like who would be at your funeral? Like who will be there to the end? Who, when you're not here no more, who gonna be at the funeral, man? And there's something that's deep because you can have these relationships where people love you and care for you, and you would think that and believe it, and then it get down to where it get down to nitty gritty on some real situation where y'all probably not friends no more or whatever it may be, and then you question it. And you're like, man, are you that person really down for me? I don't know. I can't even answer that question honestly no more. So you have to make sure that you fortify your positive relationships with the people you have, man, because the way you do that is definitely by spending time with them. You got to spend the time with them. And like you said, like she said, who really they reject. Hey, you ain't lying. They reject Jesus, so they reject us. They will. Hey, they will, man. I promise you. Before I got the military, before I got out, right? Because when you get out the military, they treat you like you was castrated or whatever, right? Whatever. And before I left, I told him, I said, man, you know what? I guess I'm Joe, because at this point, like the way y'all treat me, y'all throwing everything but the kitchen sink at me, man. But it's okay. I kept my positive mindset though, but it was like cool. And even now, I see a lot, and I see a lot, and even in this scale, I feel like for me, I'm like had a resurgence. I had a resurgence from my life, because now I'm at a point to where it's like, hey, I don't care if the military person shares my stuff or not, or somebody that said they were real cool with me or they love me or whatever. Love and all this stuff is action, man. And I have to see this. I'm a person that have to see how you really gonna support me and stuff. I can see that you're not doing these things. You're not supporting me in this way, and you're not doing this. You're not publicly, doing different things. And I see that. I see that. That's what a quote. That's why one of the quotes I have that I say all the time is like, our frustration is the lack of reciprocation, because the stuff that you do is something that I wouldn't do to you. And that is true to life. Like old girl said in Kill Bill, I don't know if y'all seen that movie or not, but Kill Bill, one of the last scenes of the movie, she was like, I knew you could kill people. I knew that you were an assassin. The movie's called Kill Bill, right? You an assassin. I know you can kill people. I know you can do that. I didn't know that you could do what you did to me. Like, them man went in there, her wedding and killed all of them people, right? Like, she never thought he would do something like that to her, because she felt that he loved her or she loved him, and then wouldn't happen, but it did, right? So with you have to limit your exposure to negativity too, because right now we at a time where we see a lot of people not really focused on the positive. We have this whole market now where everybody is like focused on negative, and it's not going to be positive. That's why you have to fortify yourself. So whatever training it is for you, I believe the training really need to be these first 5 things we talked about, because the 4th thing we talked about, because these things will blockade all of it. Like, obviously, every day we see something negative, right, happening or something like that. We just have to know how to let it pass through us. What I mean by this, by when we talked about earlier, oh, I'm getting a wreck. You didn't get to a wreck. Let it pass by you. Don't saturate on it. All right. And then when you get back home, oh, baby, I almost got into a wreck. Okay, that could be the story, but leave it at that. You don't have to saturate on it too much. Just negative. Move on to the next thing. And you have to surround yourself with people that think the same way, because positive-minded thinking people have different conversations, man. They do. I think there's something that you all can see for yourself. People, look at the people that's super positive in your life, people that's not as positive in your life. It's two different conversations you will have. And that's something that you have to see on yourself on what they may be. I just think that it takes time to get to where you want to go. But at the end of the day, you do these top 4, you will be straight. Right, you're right, Jasmine. You said this is really the foundation to wildfire growth. Thanks for sharing this. Yeah, it is. These principles that I'm talking about are things that I've used myself, and I believe these 10 are 10 to get you there. Because even if you don't do all the 10 we're going over, man, these definitely are ones that are gonna get you to where you got to go. Because if you do these 10, boy, you're gonna see so much results. It's ridiculous. So yeah, we got. Okay, so we went over. So right now, whoever just tuning in, I know we got people on right now. We went over understanding your thoughts, right? Understanding when these negative thoughts come in. The second one was gratitude practice, so practicing that gratitude. We also went over positive affirmations and surrounding yourself with positive people, and limiting your exposure to negative news and influences, right? So like these things are going to protect you from fortifying that, right? Watch you surround yourself with, yes, I live in Memphis, man. And yeah, I have learned very quickly, be careful what I surround myself with, bro. Like, it is like my biggest thing. Like, I had to protect my peace on another level. I don't trust people like that, man. People are on another level, especially when it comes to like jealousy and all the type of stuff. All of this stuff kind of run ragged around here. I don't know why. Well, I know why, because a lot of people are not in a position to be successful here. So it's kind of a different view that they see. So I can't understand why it's happening, but I also be careful what I do as well. Helen Inspired said most people who are accomplished don't speak down on people they are trying to reach on a high level. They understand and respect it. Exactly. Understanding the grind. You're right. Understanding the grind. I think that's the biggest thing. That's why like when it comes to being a person that's successful, some successful people give people game, some people don't. It's two different people. It's successful people. You got people that give game and the people that don't. Both people are successful and within their own right, but some people don't give the game on how they got to where they got. And I think there's something, a personal preference for one. I think two, those people that don't be transparent, they do tell somebody, but it's probably like one or two people. They're not, they're not on YouTube with it like I'm doing now. They're not doing it. They're going to do something probably like, hey, more so off somewhere on the island or go to Hawaii. We'll talk about how I got to where I'm at or whatever and go from there. Because at that point, I hardly believe, man, being transparent about your success story helps someone else in their story. It just does. Because if you're not doing that, let's say if you're not doing it, you are definitely in a point in your life where you should consider it. Because I know that you may not want to be speaking on no camera like me. I get it. But you still have a story to tell. That's why season 2 of the Purposeful Talk podcast, we're going to go into other people's stories, how they got successful, because I believe transparent stories are key to people in the success world. Because if you can learn from somebody else's mistakes, you're going to be better than that person, as far as like making those steps correctly. And it's like a huge thing. Helen Inspired, the only people that talk down on you are the ones that feel insecure around you because they are doing things that they are scared to do. Yes, that's true. That's where envy kick in. And then that's when you get the whole that little YouTube video, that little, all that shit kick in. What I'm starting to learn now, and I don't even receive it as negativity, honestly. Like if somebody tell me right now, man, you got a little YouTube channel, I'm not gonna receive it as negative. I'm gonna receive it as gas. I'll put that in the gas tank, and that's what I do. And I wouldn't recommend this practice because a lot of people don't know how to utilize this correctly. It is a way that you can receive negative thoughts from others, and you could turn it into a positive, but it's a difficult process. Okay, a very difficult process. It takes a while to learn it, okay? But I would simplify it. If somebody says something negative to you about your craft or whatever you're doing, initially you're going to be heated about it. Whatever they may say, you're going to be heated, right? You have to close that in there. Put that in the tank. Put it in the tank. Reserve it, because that energy that you received is going to be fuel for you to go harder than what you're doing. I think I posted it before. I was talking about how, like, when you up and coming in the content world, people are not gonna share your stuff off top. They just not. You gotta prove to them that you were there sharing. Now, mind you, they sharing the funny Marcos and Desi Banks, all that stuff left and right, because they didn't flood it they TL so much and had so much content to the point now, hey, I'm doing all this. Well, I sure that this funny, this relatable, or this not relatable. That's how the people respond. Now, the way you get there is your own process. Like me, I'm doing lives. Okay, live, cool. Now, is this live fueled by negativity or positivity? This one is fueled by positivity. I will say there has been some of my content that have been negatively driven by negative thoughts I've been given, but I still turn them into positive mindsets as far as my content. And I did that because when I have the initial thought, when somebody give me that, it's like, oh man, I can't believe this person. I can't believe the person did that. The same person. Can't believe you said this to me. Hey, it is what it is. And I'm going to just do what I got to do and keep going forward. So that's what I do. And it works for me. I don't know if you will be able to practice that. It's a hard thing to do because when you are, especially if you're a person that's emotionally driven, you're not going to be able to know how to do it yet. Emotionally driven people are not going to know how to turn negative to positive like this. It's a hard process. But if you're a person that's logical, very, very logical, you'll be able to know how to do it and it'll work. Trust me. You'll be able to know how to get to that. Yeah, thanks, Helen Inspire, man. Definitely facts on this, man. Definitely. Consistency is key. It definitely is. Consistency is really more so the thing. I do believe that consistency is definitely key because it'll make or break you. Because if you stop, you stop, but make sure you get back on that horse every single time. All right. So next one we're going to is the healthy lifestyle choices. I'm gonna try not to press any buttons. Let me get some water. I'm trying to get my breathing technique down. How Kendrick was performing and his breath, he was able to do all that. Like I'm trying to get to that level, man. I ain't forming like that, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to get to that level. All right, so healthy lifestyle choices. This one I'm kind of we're gonna have to sit here for a bit because this one is one of the ones that's gonna take some discipline. Okay, all right, so you have to consider exercising and eating right, minimum, right? And also eliminating bad things. So let's get into it. So you got, if you exercise regularly, you eat right, you don't drink, you don't watch corn. You know what corn is, right? Don't watch corn. You make sure you don't self-please yourself. You know what that is too. And you abstain from certain things, right? If you're married, whatever. But I'm talking about, like, not saying these things are unhealthy, right? They are definitely have healthy benefits when you do these things, right? But I'm talking about the restriction piece. Okay, this is where we're going to restriction. Okay, so exercise. For you, let's say, hey, I don't go to the gym like that. Okay, let me do two days out of the week. So you got 7 days a week. You do 2 days. Great for you. Eating right. So I personally prefer people to start looking into their blood type diet. Please look into that. I'm tired of seeing people picking up diets that really don't even pertain to them. They're doing it because people losing weight fast. I said that really quickly, right? I'm tired of people getting into these diet plans that aren't for them. If you look up your blood type or know what your blood type is, please look into the blood type diet. The blood type diet is for you to be at your optimal state in life. Okay, you have a list of things on that grid that you can eat and can't eat, and it will tell you that you can't eat. So look into that. Definitely look into that. It definitely will have a whole bunch of benefits. It definitely will align with you on your body, like it's in your blood. Like for me, mine is keto. Like keto is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to basically not eat rice, stuff like that. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, Alexis, definitely look into that. Definitely look into blood type diet because blood type diet is the optimal of you, right? Granted, it's a lot of diets you can do. Yes, you can try vegan. Yes, you can be a vegetarian. Yes, you can be pescatarian. I've been a pescatarian for the past year and a half now. Yeah, I've been a pescatarian for the last year and a half. But I'm also trying to incorporate my keto along with my basically my keto is my blood type diet, right? So trying to incorporate those, and it's definitely something that I've done, and I felt in my optimal state. I'm trying to get back to my optimal state as far as exercise and everything. I'm in a couple of competitions right now where I'm actually getting my exercise in, even when I don't want to. So when you eat nutritious meals, it supports you physically and mentally, man. You start having a little bit more mental clarity, especially if like you stop drinking or something like that. You stop drinking. I think stop drinking, man, probably be the biggest one because there's a lot of benefits to stop drinking. I think you all can look that up for yourselves. And I know that obviously people say, "Oh, let me get a glass of wine, whatever." Yeah, I get it, but look into like stopping completely and see what happens. Just test it on yourself. I'm just telling you. Just do a week with no alcohol. See what happens. I'm telling you. I've been 18 months without alcohol before. I know how my life was 18 months when I didn't drink alcohol, and I know what happened my life was when I did drink alcohol. I know which one was better. Okay, so that's for me. So for you, maybe different. All right, don't think about the social piece. Just do what you got to do to better yourself. Because at the end of the day, when you look at alcohol, does it really bring a asset to your life? Does it? Honestly, does it? Just being real. Yeah. So I'm not gonna harp on it too much. I just think that obviously everything is good in moderation, but at the same time, you got to double down and be disciplined on what you want to do. Because if you're not doing what you got to do to discipline yourself, you're gonna have a life of floating and drifting and not having no purpose and just doing the same stuff over and over and over again. And then you're gonna be back looking at this video right now on how it can be positive when the whole time you continue the vicious cycle. Okay. Now we don't want to do that. So just speaking negative, right? So we're gonna be positive. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna do what we gotta do to be better, and we're also gonna prove ourselves. Okay, so eat right, discipline yourself, restrict the things that aren't good for you. You know what those things are for you. Not gonna even harp on it. You know what that is. So do what you gotta do. Start it today. Do an hour, 2 hours, whatever, and then start from a day. Then do a day, turn it to a week, 2 weeks, 2 weeks to a month. Do it like that, and then you'll see what happens next. Okay, and if it doesn't work for you, then reset, go back, and then start all over again. You gotta be in. You gotta be in the zone. This is the time to get in the zone. Talked about it earlier. It's time to get in the zone because if you're not doing what you got to do, man, within this time frame, but it's the last 6 months of the year, it's going to be a hard end of 2024 for you, okay? If you want to be somebody, you got to go somewhere, wake up, pay attention. You ain't lying. Wake up and pay attention. You got to. Definitely do that. Yeah, so those things you definitely got to consider and understand it. That's what separates you, and then what keeps you refined and keeps you in a state of mind where you're like, man, I'm really a beast. I'm really a beast, or I'm really that like that for real. So next one, man, we're going to mindfulness and meditation. All right. So this one is probably one of the most peaceful things to practice, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Everybody has a different thing as far as their practice for mindfulness. I think staying present is like one of the hardest things to do right now. Is staying present in the moment. Like, don't think about the past, don't think about the future. Just stay where you are now. Like right now, I'm thinking about this live. I'm thinking about how much value I'm adding to the people that's watching and the people that been watching the whole time, man. I'm definitely appreciative of you. I definitely believe that this is a great session right now, and I'm in the moment on it, and I'm not worried about nothing else. I'm just worried about getting good advice, like Alex said, giving advice to you all, so you all can like see that it's people out here that can give value to you, and they may not have a big following, right? So just definitely, I'm focused on that. So mindfulness, okay. So practicing mindfulness is basically being in your zone, your personal zone, whatever it is for you. And you meditate, you clear your mind to reduce stress. So you can do 5 minutes. I remember J. Cole was talking about, even if you did 5 minutes of meditation, there was enough to like recalibrate. 5 minutes of just straight nothing, like no phone, no nothing. Just sit there, just eyes closed and breathe. That's it. Like, do that for 5 minutes, man. Minimum for you. You do that, I'm telling you, you're gonna start to like feel refreshed and refined by doing it too. Though that's really what mindfulness and meditation is, man. It's really on to. I really think there's something that's self-explanatory, because I think that we don't have times where we actually sit there to ourselves and do what we got to do. But you definitely will be able to do that on you could do it on your Apple Fitness watch, or you could do, I think Apple Fitness got it. I think they got a couple on YouTube. You could just cut your phone off and just set a time 5 minutes and just do it. Those ways you knock that out. Next, we're going to realistic goal setting. Okay, so we got 6 months left in this year. Now, the reason this matters for positive mindset, all of this matters because it's all like a collective. Okay, so this matters because if you know that you are close to accomplishing a goal that you have set for yourself, you are automatically going to have an instant positive mindset. Like, if you're trying to lose 20 pounds, you already at 18 lost, you're going to feel good with it. Man, I lost 20 pounds. You'll feel great about that, okay? So setting realistic goals, man. So the big goals, right? Don't think about the big. Let's say right now you want to run, let's say you want to run 150 miles by the end of the year, right? Let's say this is your goal. You want to do that. Now, 150 miles is a lot of miles. Like, trust me, I done ran, I think I like last year for last one, like 300 in the year. 150 in 6 months is a lot, okay? So when you think about it like that, like, man, 150, golly, is a lot. The first thing you think about, but don't think of it like that. Uh-oh. So I said, this how I know I'm indulging. It's too many unhealthy habits for me because my mental state be out of whack. I always tell myself to reset and focus. Yeah, going back to that, resetting and focusing, man, really is the key to all of this. Even if you do like get hit with that negative mindset, whatever, you're going to be able to recalibrate with these 10 steps I'm telling you. It's going to just recalibrate you. So you just go on, push forward from it. Like, let's say you're trying to stop drinking, right? And you have a whole binge on Saturday night. You just go 20 drinks in and you feel bad this Sunday morning, right? You gotta, at that point, you're gonna be like, man, I need to stop. I need to chill out, right? And you're gonna have to find something to recalibrate yourself. Go look at some monk mode too. Go look into that. I think I recommended that too to Shanice. Go look into that, man. Definitely something that I recommend people to look into. Look at the monk mode. Monk mode is really the key as well to get you reset and recalibrated. It consists of a lot though. Now I don't even want to go into all that. It's a whole other video. But some of the monk mode is literally monk mode, like no TV, no social media, none of this stuff, man. All thing you're doing is reading. Really, all you're doing is reading. I think is journaling and working on your craft and gratitude. That's really it. That's all the thing. That's all you're doing. And that's a whole nother level, man. Whole nother level. All right. So realistic goals, man. So celebrate your progress and success. Okay. So let's say you want trying to do a 150, you accomplished 50. Celebrate. Great. Got 50 done, 100 more to go. Knock it out. Those things will help you have that positive mindset instantly. Like this, like I call them like instant gratification, like keys. Like, you already trying to accomplish a goal. Like, man, I'm already there. Bet. Like it's just all to the next thing. 8. It shouldn't be number 8 for real, but I really want to put it number 1, bro. Self-care is it. Self-care, like you gotta prioritize activities, brother. Recharge mentally and emotionally, and then takes breaks when needed. And do not under any circumstances overextend yourself for anybody or anyone. Do not do it. It's not worth it. Because your self-care, that's gonna make or break you. I know that we talk about all the time, man, you whatever you eat, that'll get you out of here. Or whatever you do, get you out of here, blah, blah. Nah, no one thing get you out of here. They take you home to God is stress. Okay? That's facts. Go look it up. It's stress. It ain't them pork rinds, all this stuff. Nah, it's stress. All right? And if you do not know how to manage your stress, bro, you would not be able to even knock out any of this positivity mindset stuff. You're gonna be in the trenches, in a sunken place. You ain't gonna be able to get out of it. So I say all that to say, you have to prioritize what you find important for you, man, whatever it may be, because I need to work on understanding. Yeah, definitely. Trust me, I've overextended myself before. I have. I know how that feel, and it don't feel good. It don't feel good having 2 hands and feel like you got 8. Trust me, it don't feel good having 2 hands feeling like you got 8. Come on, man. Let's just be real. It's not how it's supposed to be. We weren't created to overextend ourselves. We weren't created to build great relationships, help others, be a husband, be a wife, be a father, all of these different things. We created to be that. We weren't created to overextend ourselves, man, and to stress ourselves out. We weren't created for that. Wholeheartedly believe it. We were not. You have to set your goal. I also set many goals to get the main, especially if it's a big one. Nothing is unrealistic. It's just about what you can do to get to it. Yeah, you're right. Because that's what I call what Shanice, you're right, Shanice. That's what I call I'm pointing at my screen like the Leonardo DiCaprio. Hey, that's what I call the unlimited mentality. Okay, unlimited mentality has a lot of pros and cons. It has a lot of pros, but at the same time, got a little bit of cons. But it's no such thing as unrealistic, because you definitely can apply yourself to a maximum state. You just have to put yourself in it. Like, I didn't believe I can really do a live every single day and get traction every single day, but I'm here now and I'm excited for it. Great, thank you. But what I'm saying is, I did not set a unrealistic goal. I was in reality on it, because I seen that sometimes these lives may not be, I may not be doing the right time, whatever it may be. Whatever. I kept thinking negative thoughts in my mind about it, but I just said forget it, right? So she right. You got to make sure you do these. Make sure you set your goals that you want to accomplish, man, and you got to do it. You got to chop the pieces off of it one day at a time. We got overstanding sometimes comes from wanting to please others. Ooh, that's deep. I know, because I'm a work in progress, but you can grow from this, definitely. Whew, people pleasing, boy. That's a whole other topic. Toxic. It ain't toxic. People pleasing, man. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to just get. I definitely want to expound upon that. Okay, so people pleasing. First of all, especially if you over the age of, I'm gonna say over the age of 18 to be, you're over the age of 18. We too old to be doing it. Okay, we too old to be pleasing people. Okay, we should be at a point now where we should be okay with pissing people off and making them aggravated or whatever. We should be okay with it because at this point we have our own perspectives and our own knowledge, and we're not gonna have nobody tell us different. I mean, it is what it is. People pleasing is basically you're conforming to somebody else's standard and following in line with it. It's like me when I was in the military, following these AFIs, all this stuff. These guidelines set upon me that I have to follow. I don't have to worry about that anymore. So same thing with life. Follow your guidelines, whatever it may be. But in the day, you got to do what you got to do and be honest with what's going on. And you have to just take that by the horns. Because if you people please into your latter years, bro, well, your life's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculous. You're going to be like, you're going to be a 5-star Michelin chef serving 18 different meals. And you like, oh, I got the hibachi. Then I got the sushi. Then I got to go get the fried chicken from Gus's. And that's how it is. You don't want to be doing that. You don't want to live like that. It ain't how life supposed to be lived. And it's definitely, it's definitely one of those things where you like, bro, do you really want to live life like that? You can have it. I done seen people literally be doing the most, and I just look at them crazy, like, bro, why are you doing all this for? For what? What's the point? This is be hypothetical. Okay, you doing it for an award. Whoa, whoop-de-doo. Whatever. Oh, you doing it for this? Okay. For what? What's the price of your life? Like, what's the price of your peace? If I can just give you a piece of paper and change it, I give you an award and you just conform. Like, you want still fold? All right. Bet on that. I mean, it's up to you. Especially as men, dude. I'm disappointed in some men that really be doing that stuff. Now, granted, I've been in that state where I've overextended myself because I really wanted to win and I had a super competitive mentality. And I did that when I was in the military. I really was like very, very heavily into like, oh man, I gotta get this, bro. I gotta get this. Oh man, oh man, I gotta get this. Does it matter now? Does it matter now? Like my 18-year-old self, like, bro, none of that even matters at all. None of that stuff matters. You tripping, you wilding. No, that's what I tell my 18-year-old self, bro. Do not go out here chasing any of these awards, bro. Don't trade none of these promotion statements. Don't trade none of that stuff. If it's for you, it's for you. And if it comes, great. If it don't, great. And if you get out, great. If you stay in, great. It don't matter. God got you. That's the advice I tell them. I promise you I will. But it goes to the overstanding, man. Overstanding my love. I overstanded a lot in the military. There's a lot of people in the military now that are overstanding themselves, and they're going to do that because they want to get promoted. They want to do this and want to do that, and they just feel like this is the way to go when it's not. So it is what it is. But everybody's doing it. A lot of people doing it in different, not even just military, like in general, like jobs and all this other stuff. And I hope that they find peace, and I hope that they honestly find out that it's not worth it. And it's not even worth their own personal peace and goals. But in due time, you will see the difference in your life, and you will see how life is by not overexerting yourself. Overextending days are over. That's how I found peace. Set boundaries is the key. Yep, setting boundaries is the key, man. You got to set boundaries. You got to set. Actually, I should have added this to the thing. But yeah, setting boundaries can go into the same block with the positivity with surrounding yourself with people. Like, definitely, I heavily recommend it, because if you are doing it and you setting your boundaries, like, so your boundary, like I said, I was saying block and stuff like that, but the boundaries can go into like limiting conversations to like 10 minutes, not talking to nobody past 7 o'clock, or it could be anything like that. Whatever your boundary is, just set it and really enforce it. It's definitely the biggest thing to do. But back to self-care, man. Self-care, and do not overextend yourself. I cannot harp that enough. I can't, because I know the repercussions of it, and it's not good. When you overextend yourself for a long period of time, especially if you're going 0 to 100 for a long period of time, you're gonna have a crash. You're gonna have a crash, especially if you're doing it for a long period. Let's say you're doing it for like 4 years, 5 years, whatever, like on go. I mean, on go. it ain't gonna be good. It's cool to a point and bragging about it. Oh, I ain't got no sleep. Nah, man, I ain't sleep. I slept 4 hours. That's enough. Like, it's somebody I work with at Kroger. That man said he only get like 3 hours sleep. I'm like, bro, that's not even healthy sleep, right? I'm like, he said it as if he was grateful for it though. Like 3 hours, man, 3, 4 hours, I'm good. 3, 4 hours. That ain't healthy at all, bro. Go look it up. It's not a healthy sleep range. I add that too, self-care. Get some good sleep, man. Try to get 6 to 8 hours in. All right. Try to get 6 to 8 hours in as much as you can. Please. Please try to get yourself some good sleep. Yeah, funny. Yeah, I know, man. I'm hilarious. Try to do what I gotta do. All right. So we got two more. We got learn and grow and practice compassion. So learn and grow. Okay. This one is still a part of the positive mindset, but it's kind of more so going into like your own personal challenges with it. So let's say that you had a moment where you embraced a negative thought and you just went full fledged mad about it, like, oh man, she cut me off. Oh, ain't no way I'm gonna let this ride. You know, and you probably like just went head first on it. You gotta learn and grow from that. We at a point now where when it comes to positive mindsets, bro, it is very rare. It's becoming very rare to have it. And once you do have it, it's very rare to contain it now, which is the sad truth about it, because we live in a world where it's a lot of negativity around us, and we have to figure out exactly why people doing these different things. And I hope that oh man, thank y'all all for joining. I don't know if y'all still on here or not. I got people on here joining on Instagram. They probably took me off already. Hey, Instagram, I like y'all, but y'all should let me stay on past my hour. I like y'all though. We cool though. We friends though. You know what I'm saying? But y'all keep me out. We cool. Nah, but for real though. So but yeah, you gotta learn and grow from your challenges and your perspective on things, because once you embrace that challenge, you'll be able to continue forward on everything, and obviously forgive yourself. I think one of the key pieces is forgiving ourselves, and telling yourself, hey man, I messed up, I did wrong. It's time for me to get right, and I can't. I gotta forgive myself for my past and stuff like that. Like, you gotta really just be on there for yourself. Think before you act. Oh, what you say, Alexis? Think before you act. Have emotional intelligence. Be vigilant and learn from each season. Yep, that's basically what. You know what? I consider better myself. Alexis, you preaching today? I don't even know I even put this other stuff up. That's it for that one, really. Yeah, you think before you act. Have emotional intelligence. There's a couple books out there about it too. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence and his old emotional intelligence 2.0. And make sure you all think about, you also should get the book called Power of Awareness. That book is very, very dope. I gotta find the author real quick. I think it's Neville or something like that. I may be wrong. Power of Awareness. Definitely read that book. Yeah, definitely should read that book for real, because that book is, yeah, Power of Awareness by Neville, man. I'm gonna put it up on here. I don't know if they'll let me properly advertise it. I don't know how YouTube be sometimes. But yeah, the Power Awareness book, I'm gonna put it on my camera so you can see it. This how I look, y'all. This book, please do not get the audio. Buy the actual book, please. I recommend it highly. This would look like, I don't know if you can see or not. Hold on. I'm trying to bring it. Power Awareness, all right. So make sure y'all get this book. This book will help you with your positive mindset. It really will. It helped me with mine. It helped me with my practice. And also has examples in there about people utilizing that type of technique that they talk about in the book. And you'll be able to have help that way too. Um, yeah, last but not least, man, practice compassion, which I talked about already. Be kind to yourself and others, man. You never know what people are going through. You never know how life changing that hate can be. You never know how life changing that, hey, I get your coffee today type. You don't know how that would change somebody. Okay, so just know that you do what you can and help people when you can. It can help boost your own happiness. Right now I feel good that people came in here, y'all watched this live for it really about to be an hour, and I'm glad that you all stayed and listened to this, because I really believe that this would bring value to somebody and stuff like that, and also bring you more practices for yourself to improve your life. That's what coaching is. We help you improve your life, man. It's free game. I'm just giving it out. All right. I've done a lot of my life to where I can provide these things and know that this stuff actually works. So Yeah, so definitely practice compassion. So there's some of them, man. We went over these 10 things. So we went over from the top, we went over understanding your thoughts, gratitude practice, positive affirmations, surround yourself with positive people and positive thoughts, healthy lifestyle choices, along with disciplining yourself on unhealthy habits, right? Mindfulness meditation, setting realistic goals, self care, and learning and growing. Okay. And last but not least, you practice compassion. These things will help you have a positive life, no matter what. And I think, of course, you probably should practice when stuff don't look right. Just say, hey, it ought to work out. Or you can say, God got it. Neither one of those. It's up to you. But yeah, those quotes will help when you have those definitely dire situations going on. You would definitely start seeing like, oh man, let me chill out on this and let me do that. Because once you know that you're not in control, that's it. You start doing the stuff that's within your control. You do these 10 things, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna be straight. You're gonna be fine. You don't have to worry about all the negative stuff like that. Because at this point, man, where we are in life, the stuff that's being posted, like, I could probably pull out my phone right now, man. I bet you I see something negative. As soon as I put it on, I'll pull it up. And I ain't gonna need to see the live that I'm doing. I see something else. Let me see. Oh, I ain't really seen nothing negative yet. Okay. All right. Not this time. But normally I see something negative by now. And I'm like, here we go. Something negative. Yeah, but right now I ain't seeing nothing negative yet. But definitely these are things that I definitely recommend you all definitely try to get into and try to practice because this is where we at in life. If you're not practicing these things, man, you're selling yourself short. I wish that you all practice these and let me know if these things work for you too. Put in the chat, man, what's some stuff that, I got a little bit of time. What's some stuff y'all got questions on? I can do, what's that, quick time with slime, what they call it. You give me a little question, I answer it, all right? Y'all got questions or anything on me to expound upon, I'll do that right now. I got a little bit of time where I can expound on this stuff, so just let me know. I don't know if my Instagram live still on. That one was popping earlier. But put some questions in the chat, y'all. I got some stuff to answer. I got y'all still here. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all got anything? I don't know. Let me go in. All right, let me go back on here. All right, y'all. Y'all can put thumb up in the chat if y'all need to. But right now, man, if y'all don't got nothing else, man, I'm being here for the next probably minute or two. If y'all got anything you want me to talk about, I can go over it real quick and we can knock it out from there. I'm trying to look in the chat right now, seeing if y'all have anything else. How often are you live? Yeah, that's a good question, man. So right now, I've been doing it for the past 3 days. I did two of them. You can go back and look on my page. I did two of them. The one yesterday and one day for yesterday. I think that I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to do every day. I said it out loud. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do every day, man. I'm going to try to do every day. If I could do an hour a day on here, that would be beneficial. I normally try to figure out a topic. Like today was like one of the more intentional topics I really wanted to expand upon because I feel like people needed to hear this today, and it was on my heart heavy. So I definitely knocked it out and got it done. So I really want you all to put in the chat topics for tomorrow. Yeah, topic for tomorrow. Whatever topic I don't get to tomorrow, go ahead. It's helpful and speaking from the mind from like-minded people. Yeah, I wholeheartedly believe it. I'm really heavily into doing lives because not only can I do a live, I also can upload it instantly once I get off of here. People can watch it, whoever missed it. So I'm really I'm in a space now where I'm willing to do all of this and continue to be on here because I feel like I'm gonna just say it, man. I feel like I had the ability to really do a lot on YouTube, and I'm talking about like not just content. I'm talking about lives and the stuff I'm bringing and stuff I got in my mind. I just got to put it on wax, and this is my form of doing it. Um, this is my form of doing it because if I don't do this, hold on, any topic ideas. All right, so I got a list of topics like on my I'm pulling Drake. I got a list of topics on my notepad. I'm gonna see what y'all think. Hold on. I'm gonna try to go if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it, man. Yeah, it's gonna be funny. Yeah, so these are ones that I haven't even touched, but I've always thought about, and they definitely have been dope, uh, dope ideas, and they're really dope though. Let me see. All right, we got which one? Man, I talked about relationships already, so I'm not gonna do another one on relationships. I just did that already. Um, we got on one. I got one on here about insecurity projections, what we listen to, and how that forms our mindset. Ooh, hey, Alexa, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one. That's definitely a good one. I can definitely put that in the mental Rolodex. Yeah. Okay, what we listen to. Okay, so what we listen to, I could talk about that, but I definitely can add on to that. There can be the premise, and I can add on other parts of it on how it impacts other things because we all know everything comes by hearing, right? So we can definitely go into that. I'm type that on my list too. What we listen to. Yeah, so I think that yeah, so the ones I got on here, man, I got a lot of stuff on here. Like, there's a lot on here, man. I could talk about so much stuff. Should I get on social media? I got so many different topics I can go into. But definitely, Alexa, thank you for your contribution. I'm definitely excited to talk about that one. There may be the one for tomorrow. I'm not gonna promise it, but it may be the one for tomorrow. So tune in. I'm pretty sure tomorrow I'll be doing the same time, like around 8:30, 8 o'clock. I'll be live. Okay, so it's gonna be the setup for every day right now. I'm gonna be probably around this time. Weekends might be a little bit earlier, but this gonna be the time frame around now. So thank you all for tuning in, man. I'm so grateful for everyone, especially the ones that stayed always to the end. Like I'm grateful for y'all, and even the people that watched it for 2 seconds. I don't even care. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for definitely listening to the content, and don't forget to subscribe and follow and share because these lives will be coming consistently, and I definitely do believe that with Led Culture Agency, you will see your life change, man, with these leaving principles I talked about today. Okay. Let me know what y'all think, man. Make sure you comment and everything. I'll be here. I'll see y'all next time. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.